Ready to go?
I don't know. Are you done singing?
This is fun, isn't it?
Jesus Christ.
All right. Now we're all going to start here in a minute.
Greg, come on. Go.
See that sign up there?
The future of radio.
Radio.
The future of radio.
The future of radio.
The future of radio is here. Funemploymentradio.com.
I feel like that Twitter poll's a little bit skewed.
It absolutely is not. You are being so dramatic right now.
I'm not. I don't think I'm being too dramatic when you gave the option of one is either agreeing with you or the other is being, what was it again?
I don't know.
Oh, perhaps it says easily offended. I don't think that's quite how we were going with this, because the bottom line is you do spoil things, but now we're never going to get an accurate response.
Oh my gosh. All right. I want to see if like normal humans think this is a spoiler, because it's not, oh my gosh, a thing. It happens. Ah.
Spoiled. Hello, everyone.
Jesus.
This is Fun Employment Radio. I am Greg Nibbler here with Sarah Extillin, and thank you so much for tuning in today, wherever and however you listen. It is so fantastic that you do so. Of course, we are live here 5 days a week on the Fun Employment Radio Network, then available via podcast all over the internet, wherever podcasts can be found. And thank you for finding us. And we have lots of stuff to get to today. Spoiler. So we have a special guest who's going to be joining us, and that is Barbara Gray, comedian Barbara Gray, who's in town, and she's going to be stopping by here in just a little bit to join us on the show. She's got a bunch of stuff that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, she's a busy lady. She does a bunch of really cool stuff.
Yeah, including a podcast about Britney Spears' Instagram.
Which I was actually just looking at Brittany Graham's Instagram account, because I'm like,
You just said Brittany Graham's Instagram account.
Brittany Graham's Instagram account. I'm just leaving it like that. Anyway, I was looking at Britney Spears' Instagram account for the first time, and she's right. It's weird. So I kind of want to know exactly what the stuff.
I'm not going to lie, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
And you know I find Britney Spears to be very entertaining.
Yes, I know.
And but I've never gone to her Instagram account.
Me neither.
I'm not that kind of a creep. But I did today.
Yeah, and she also does another podcast called Lady to Lady and does a bunch of other stuff. So we'll talk to her about
All right,
that.
so Barbara will be joining us here in just a little bit. And we have lots of other things to get to. You want to remind everybody to go to funemploymentradio.com. Click on the Amazon link. We do appreciate it. If you do that, if you're going to be shopping on the Amazons, whatever you do on there, we will not judge you because we don't know what you're buying. All we ask is that you go to our website first. And just make that the one extra click. Just one.
We do not know
click.
what you're buying.
We have no idea what you're buying, so that's your
Although
own
some people have
private...
expressed to me that they kind of want, like in a fetishy kind of way, they're like, I kind of want to know, like, I kind of want you to see what I'm buying.
Well,
so you can always like write us an email and let us know what you're buying.
Send us the list. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care one way or another as long as you click on that link. But yeah, if you want to write us and say, hey, here's what I bought, like wink or something like that. I mean, I don't know what your dirty secrets are that you're buying. I mean, me, I buy
There are no dirty secrets.
I buy like
Greg.
cables and cords and things.
Oh.
Those are my dirty secrets.
Yeah, he does.
Maybe
Those are his dirty secrets.
I've purchased too many adapters for my computer. I do have a little bit of a problem with that, I've noticed. I bought too many.
Yeah.
I probably don't need to buy as many as I do.
Lame
But anyway,
confessions.
that's our new segment, Lame Confessions, bringing it back. All right, but anyway, yes, just go to funemploymentradio.com, click on the Amazon link. All right, here's the deal. Before the show today, there's a couple of things that we wanted to talk about, but I have to bring this up. So, Sarah, if you're a longtime listener of this show, and I've seen the emails in reference to it, Sarah spoils things sometimes.
What?
She's a bit of a spoiler.
What have I spoiled for you?
Okay, you don't overtly spoil or intentionally spoil. You're not OS. What you do, though, is...
Or IS?
No, overtly.
Or intentional.
Spoiler.
No, I'm not an intentional spoiler.
You didn't catch what I was doing there. There was a whole... If I have to explain it, it's you not understanding it was funny. So, bottom line is...
If you have to explain it, then it's probably not.
So, here's the thing. So, Sarah doesn't intentionally spoil, but you're a big accidental spoiler. You do this all the time.
The only time I ever spoiled something was once, and it was for Jessica when we were watching the same television show, and she had said that she was all caught up, and I'm like, can you believe it that this thing happened? Mm-hmm. And she was like, I guess I'm not caught up. That hasn't happened yet. And then I felt so bad, and she was mad at me. But she had told me that she was caught up.
Okay. Here's what you do, though, right now, because we're both listening to the same audiobooks, but I'm like a book behind. And we talked about it yesterday. Won't go huge into it, but it's the Oryx and Crake, the Mad Adams series from Margaret Atwood. I'm a full book behind Sarah, and we're listening to this audiobook series, a 3-book series. So
yes,
I have no idea what's coming, what's going to be happening in it. And Sarah's been ahead of me for a long time on this. And she will just say things like, ooh, has the thing happened yet? Oh, you know what? This second book, it gets crazy. You're not gonna believe what happens there. I like it better than the first. That in itself is a spoiler.
How is that a spoiler to say that I like the second book more than the first book?
But I haven't listened or read to the second book
We
yet.
like different things. Just because I happen to like the second book better than the first one doesn't mean that you will.
Okay, yes, but why are you even telling me these
Because
things?
I'm excited about the book. I liked the book. I'm like, oh, this is cool that you're reading it. When this thing happens,
Here's the issue, and this is our big question that we have for everybody listening. You write us an email, funemploymentradio@gmail.com, let us know, or follow us on Twitter because there is a poll up, a very skewed poll. So at Funamp Radio, Sarah wrote, question, Greg is accusing Sarah of spoiling something because she has read the book he is currently reading, and she told him to let her know when a thing happens.
when a thing happens, just a thing.
To finish out the poll, you said, is that what you would consider a spoiler? And then your one answer was, no, Greg is being a baby. The other one is, yes, I am easily offended. I don't feel like that's really giving a fair
It's no
assessment.
or yes. It's no or yes. So they can pick one or the other. So right now, an overwhelming 83% of people have answered no, Greg is being a baby.
Yeah, but nobody wants to write that, yes, I am easily offended. Like, nobody's putting that in there.
That is, I'm sorry, if you're going to a movie, let's say, for example, that new Avengers movie, which I haven't seen, or Infinity Wars, there's a thing that happens in it. Oh my God, it's crazy. There's this crazy thing that happens. I can't believe that thing
I
happened.
can tell you all about it.
Exactly.
I've seen it.
You know it. And I know a thing happens. You know a thing happens. I haven't seen it. I haven't read anything about it. In every piece of art, a thing happens.
And I have not spoiled this for you.
I have not spoiled anything in The Year of the Flood for you. I just said
Okay,
a thing
let me
happens
add
in
in-
a 14-hour book that you're
Let me
listening
add in
to.
a little more here to give a little more clarification of exactly what happened with this. And it comes down to the fact that, if you are listening to this book, take the next 30 seconds off. I'll say it right now. Skip forward 30 seconds when I count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here is what Sarah said to me. She's like, oh, I told her I just started Year of the Flood. She's like, oh, that's great. Ooh, how far in are you? I'm like, well, I'm at this one point. She's like, oh, okay.
No, you are
Let me
missing.
say it. We have 30 seconds. I got
Okay, go,
5
go,
seconds
go,
to
go,
finish
go.
it. She goes, ooh, you need to call me as soon as the thing happens. That's what she said. Which means, A, I know it's going to happen soon. Whatever it is. B, now the rest of the day I've got to sit there though. Well, is this it? Is this it? Is this it? So basically, you have spoiled this book.
How is me saying that I like... Okay, so Jez, who is also a Tom Brady fan, so you have to kind of discount everything that he says I like the second book better as a spoiler, in my opinion. How is that possibly great? Like, some people think that the first Godfather is better than the second one. Some people think the second one's better than the first one. It's an opinion for a reason.
You know what the bottom line is, though?
I'm not expressing anything about the content of the book. I am saying I personally enjoyed the storyline of the second book better.
Most people have seen The Godfather and The Godfather 2 to make their own decision on that. You've had 40 years to watch those
Yes,
movies.
and this book is
So-
over 10 years old.
But you know I'm listening to it right now.
So by me insinuating the fact that you know that this, you finished the first book, which you know that you know what's happening in that particular world.
Okay, I
know
can
there's-
get beyond I like this book better than the other one. Even though I think it's lame, I can get beyond that. You need to call me
Lame?
as soon as the thing happens.
I didn't say the thing. I said a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't say the particular thing.
So here's what we're taking a look at. So we've got a live chat going, funemploymentradio.com/supporter. If you'd like to join the supporters club, you get to listen live. We've got the archive, we've got video, a bunch of bonus things. You don't have to listen live either because we have all kinds of bonus stuff in there, so you can check it out anytime you want, whenever's convenient for you. But the live chat right now does say, Mr. Jakey said, the situation is not technically a spoiler, but it is a bit of an experience ruiner. I'm Team Greg on this one. Exactly.
All right, so let me ask you this. Did Rick Emerson ruin the experience for me when he's telling me, like, oh my gosh, and it gets crazy when this stuff happens? Because I knew that there was stuff that was going to happen. It didn't ruin it for me. In fact, it made the anticipation that much sweeter. I liked it.
Oh, wow. You really worked on that. That was You missed my OS joke, and yet you'd get.
I also got some sleep last night, so I'm feeling a lot better.
How's Barbara Craig going to follow up this comedy? All right, so here's the thing. What you're doing, though, in this instance, is spoiling it.
I'm not trying to spoil it.
Why did you
All I
bring
was
up
saying-
the thing?
I didn't say the thing. I said a thing. I said when a thing happens, because because I
Tell me what you said.
When a thing, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited that you're reading. I'm like, how far are you into it? Okay, cool. Well, I don't know when it happens, but when a thing happens, just let me know when it happens because I was really, it's
You
exciting.
said, call me.
Yeah.
So something's going to be big enough that I'm going to call you?
No, it's not even that big.
Like, I don't call you for television shows or movies or books. So you're saying it's going to be that big that I'm going to call
No, it's
you.
not that big. It's a
So
story.
what?
It's
So
a
you can
continuing
ruin the next
story.
step in it?
No.
All right. Well, the bottom line is, I think it's a spoiler. I want to know what
Well, I
people
was
think.
trying. I was not trying to take away from your experience. I'm just very excited that you're listening to it, and I'm very excited to have somebody to talk to about the second book because I really liked it. 27 votes.
As Jasmine says, voice of reason today. Wow. Says, if it's that good, Greg will tell you anyway. Very true.
Wow.
Very true. You know, so I'm just saying. Bottom line is, you can go there and answer the poll at Fun Up Radio. Please don't feel embarrassed to say yes. Just ignore the "I am easily offended" part after that. In Sarah's answer, your two different questions. that
Right
you can
now,
answer.
it's 85% no, 15% yes. And I'm saying you're exaggerating the context. You know that I would never purposely ruin anything for you. You know, as you've pointed out many, many times before, that I'm easily excited about things. And when I like something, I'm excited about it. And I'm excited to share it with people. So I'm just excited for you to see this maybe thing that happens or doesn't happen. What?
Carrie just spoiled something in the live chat. Here's another example. Carrie just said, "It's like when I tell people I threw Dance of Dragons across the room near the end of the story. It's not a spoiler." That is a spoiler. That is a spoiler. That is a spoiler. Yes, that counts as a spoiler.
Well, people react to things differently. Like, remember when I threw away Heart-Shaped Box when I was reading it because there was something that was so traumatic to me that I'm like, I can't do it. So I have had people write me for years asking me what part it is, and then I tell them, they're like, that's it?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, that's why you threw it away? Yeah, so I mean, one person's spoiler is another person's just basic shit. Like something, maybe the thing that I'm
That's
looking...
a quote. You can quote that. One person's spoilers, another person's just basic shit.
Because maybe the thing that I was super excited about, like, you won't even give a shit about. And you just, like, get through the whole book. You're like, well, a thing didn't happen, and that was kind of bullshit. And I don't mean to take away from the experience for you, but isn't it fun to know that you might be looking forward to a thing?
I think we do not need to discuss these books until I am done. Unless you want to start hearing about Infinity War.
All right, Vicky's talking about some shithead guy who we won't name said that announced something, a big part of a book. All right, let's not put spoilers in the chat, though, everybody. But there was a particular thing that our buddy Vicky just wrote about some turd who spoiled like a big thing in a big book for a bunch of people. That's a huge spoiler. Like when a main character dies, and then you're talking about it and specifically. But Vicky's saying when you're saying a thing is going to happen, that's not a spoiler. Do you not expect something to happen inside of a story?
Yes, you expect something to happen inside of a story, but you gave me an inclination that it's going to happen soon. So you gave me a time frame of this. I expect there to be.
Keelan says
twists
I'm in the
and
clear.
turns.
Boo!
Oh, well, good boy, there's your golden ticket right there. All right, well, anyway, that's where we're at on this.
So I'm
this has
sorry
been
that
the
you're.
big debate.
I would hope that you'd like to be reading a book that has a thing that happens. How
That's
boring
not-
would that be if you're listening to a book for 14 hours and then nothing happens?
That's not the point, though. I'm enjoying the book. I just don't need any clues as to what's going on.
How was that a clue?
We've
Greg,
we've just spent 20 minutes going over why
Hey,
it's
Greg,
a clue. We'll leave it at that.
We're going to talk about stuff on the show today. Ooh. Did I ruin
Anyway.
it? Did I ruin it?
Please go there and write, yes, I am easily no, Greg is being a baby. Yes, I'm easily offended. That is the worst poll of all time. Follow us on Twitter at FunUp Radio.
I never
You can
make a
take
poll.
look
I'm
at
sorry, it was making me laugh.
that. I know it was making you laugh. I
Yeah.
can see you laugh.
Well, that's what you get for scaring the crap out of me outside. I did not appreciate that.
That is true. I did kind of start the day off with that. Sarah, we got here at the same time. I was driving and Sarah was riding her bike. Didn't know we were
Which,
getting
Greg,
here at
by
the
the way,
same
I was
time.
listening to the third book
Yeah.
on my headphones.
Congratulations.
I'm not going to tell you a thing about it. Nothing happens.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So Sarah was locking up her bike, And since she had her headphones in, she didn't see me or hear me. So I decided, well, that's the perfect time to walk up and test her a little bit. So I walked up and I just started grabbing. She was locking it up at the front of her bike onto the pole. And I just grabbed the back of the bike and started pulling it away while she was doing
And
it.
I turned around with an elbow.
You turned around. There was no elbow.
There was,
fun.
I flew back because I wasn't afraid. Did I spin right around?
And that's what we were talking about. Is it a fight or flight kind of thing? Are you a
think I'm-
fight or flight person?
Yeah. What do you think you are?
I'll fight. I'll fight if I have to.
You do seem like you would spaz.
Yeah. No, you've seen me, like if you tap me on the shoulder,
I think
I'm
it should
very
be like
jumpy.
spaz or
I'm
submissive
really
or
jumpy.
something. Yeah.
I'm not playing a game called Spaz or Submissive.
She's like,
You do that on your own
"Okay,
time. It's not that kind
never
of a show. So anyway, no, I am kind of a spaz though. Like if I'm jumpy. If somebody like bumps me in the back and it's not on purpose,
If you accidentally like touch Greg's arm and he's not anticipating it, like even like lightly, he'll be like,
I do.
like free, like drink
Yeah.
flying, like even if it's just in the middle of the afternoon, like not even
I
at
don't
night, like
expect
not
you
watching
there.
a scary movie, nothing, just in life.
Yeah, if you sneak up on me, I'm gonna be yeah. I really do. I wish I could control that. I wish I could change it, but I can't. Like
You have always, since I've known you, you've always been so jumpy.
so jumpy. Yeah, it took me a long time. Our friend Lisa is the one who cuts my hair. It took a long time for me to get used to that. Like I just had to like stop, like, because I would I don't know why. It's like I know that you're cutting my hair, and I completely trust you. It's nothing with that. And then she would bump my neck and be, "Ugh."
That's really dangerous, especially if
It's
someone
totally
with like,
not her
super
fault
sharp shears.
in any way, shape, or form. It was me, and so I had to work on that. Anyway, in the live chat right now, Nipples just said, still laughing at a show called Spaz or Submissive. So here's the next show for the Fun Employment Radio Network.
But I feel like I would, if someone was trying to grab my bike from me, like I turned very fast.
Yeah, I would fight somebody over that.
No, but are you saying that I was going to be flight? No, because I turned around to like look. As soon as my bike started moving, it took me a second because I'm like, why is my bike?
You didn't instantly throw out an elbow. That
No,
was
but I
not
turned
happening.
around like really
You
fast.
turned around looking. Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought that like my bike was tipping over. I'm like, I didn't really remember it being so heavy. Why is it like falling
I
down?
gotta say, I did get a lot of enjoyment out of this, but I
Yes,
was
again,
trying
so
to
like everyone
decide
who's
if-
siding with him about the fake spoiler thing, this is what he does to me.
Well,
Pretends to steal my bike while I'm completely defenseless with my headphones in, and he knows that it would make me like think
Yeah.
that somebody's trying to actually take my bike.
yeah. I mean, I'm just saying that I think. Sorry, let me just. Oh, is it not working?
All right. Well, since for the second, while he's doing this real quick, since we were starting our book club right now, I'm currently reading a cemetery dance publication called this book called University. It's by
think
a
it
writer named Bentley Little. So I've been reading that before bed, which is a bad idea because it's terrifying so far. But I've been enjoying it.
We'll talk more about cemetery dance coming up too. We'll just leave this part in the video. The podcast, we'll take it out. But the bottom line is whether or not you're a fight or flight. That's what I
Yeah.
was trying to start with. So I think you had some fight in you. Yeah, I don't think
Thanks,
you
Greg.
weren't going to run away and let me take the bike.
No.
And I wouldn't let somebody do that either.
The
Believe
most-
me, I would fight tooth and nail if somebody tried to steal
The
my
biggest time that I'm ever like fighty is when it has anything to do. If someone is messing, yep, it's unlocked. When anyone's messing with anybody I care about, more so than with me. Like if someone's messing
I
with
would-
me,
yeah.
I will let it go. More than if somebody is like trying to hurt somebody that I care about.
Yeah.
Then I go crazy. I will go ape shit on somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that.
Yeah.
I
So-
love people that I love, and if someone's trying to take
So you
make
think
them
you're
unhappy,
a fight, not a flight?
I think I'm a fight, not a flight. Well, it depends. Like if there's an awkward conversation, then I'm
That's
a flight.
that
But
was
if it comes down
just
to like
what I was gonna say,
the
like-
big things,
when it comes to actually like confronting people or talking to people about things,
oh yeah, I don't like confrontation.
yeah.
But if
You
someone's
are
trying
a
to take something
flight.
from me or attack somebody I care about, then I'm fight.
Yeah.
But if it's any kind of like, it's like physical stuff, no. But like, ooh, awkward conversation, no, run away.
It's being noted in the live chat. Our buddy Keelan one time tried to take my wallet from me. I'll let that sink in. But if you listen to the show, you know I have a wallet chain. So I sat there and watched. He took it out and then tried to move, and I'm like, it's attached to me. And he's like, Greg didn't even fight. I'm like, well, Where are we gonna go?
Okay.
Where were you gonna go with it?
Let me just say, Jez is saying in the chat that I'm doing my best to emasculate you today. I do not believe that's true. Just because you're jumpy.
Because you can't.
Exactly. So isn't his comment just emasculating to you in general? More so than me doing it?
What?
If he's saying that if his observation is me trying to emasculate you, that means you're being emasculated in his eyes. Oh, Jez, that was rude.
What? Squirrely. Yeah, Greg is squirrely.
All right, so how do you tell if you're fight or flight?
Well, there's some like quizzes that you could take that I did see a couple online. It might take long. I'm wondering if maybe we should do it afterward. Maybe we should bring in our guest and then take this quiz and see. We can determine if you are or not.
The worm has turned.
What?
Like you've got yourself a buddy in the chat now.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I complained enough.
For today.
All right. So.
Well, should we bring our guest in?
Yes, let's bring our guest in.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do
I just heard her
that.
come in.
We're going to go ahead and take a break here for a minute. So if you're listening live, we do have video live. We'll keep that video going. If you're listening to the podcast, well, it'll be like no time passed at all. So let's take a break, and we'll be back here in a minute with more Fun Employment Radio.
.com.
Come on, Billy Bob, work them grab a little pause. Oh, yeah. Rock and roll is in my soul. Be a deeper than rock and
All right.
Oh, man. I was turning that down.
All right, should we just go?
Yeah, we'll just go in. So, I think it's spoiling. That's my opinion on it.
I mean,
of course a thing's gonna happen. You're reading a book.
That's
Yeah.
Like that's
exactly what I
if there's
said.
not, I'd be upset if there wasn't gonna be a thing that's gonna happen.
Right. But it's the implication that it's going to happen soon. So now I know.
Okay.
So now you're like on edge while you're reading.
Yeah, exactly.
And you should be on edge because it's a Margaret Atwood book and she writes some fucked up shit. And I didn't say soon. I said there's a thing that happens. You'll just know when it happens.
You're changing your story on this, but okay, we'll get into this.
You guys have the audio. You can replay.
We can. I will.
Yeah,
I'll roll
actually,
it back.
that's true.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fun Employment Radio. We are now joined by Barbara Gray. Hello, Barbara.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for coming in. Welcome to our steamy studio.
Yes, of course.
Oh, I
Happy
know.
to be
It's
here
nice
steaming.
and steaming up. Yeah, it is kind of a kill room in here.
And
we
it is a
realize.
little toasty. As soon as it gets above like 80 in Portland, like this becomes quite warm.
That's okay. I've been to saunas before to sweat out pounds before like a weigh-in for something. So I'm
Really?
I'm going to a wedding this weekend, so this is good. I'm gonna like get
Sweat it out?
ready. Yeah. Sweat it out before I go.
Maybe I need to
My
do that.
skin will be all dewy.
So dewy.
Wait, what was your weigh-in for something?
Oh, I was on this. Oh my God, Beachbody. I was in a test group for a country line dancing workout video.
Oh, wait.
This is amazing.
Called Country Heat, and
That's already awesome. Okay.
and I would have to weigh in every week, and like
God, I almost
sometimes I
choked.
would be nervous that I wasn't gonna like do well, and I would like go to this 24-hour spa thing and like sweat out a pound.
So they would actually like weigh you before you went on the set?
Well, yeah, because you're in a test group, and they want to make sure people are like really trying and committing to
Gotcha.
the thing. They don't want to keep you around if you're because they're paying a lot of money for you to be there. So
Right.
that was why.
They
I
want to
mean,
make sure you're committed.
Yeah. And I was like I always did well. I was just like being paranoid, and-
Yeah.
but it was ridiculous. I would
Wait,
like
so
go.
it worked?
Yeah, it works. If you can like sweat, I would sweat out like a pound or so.
Wow. Because I have my 20-year reunion coming up next month. And I'm like, I might just have to spend the week before in a sauna.
It's
just so I can
fun.
look extra
It
good.
also just feels good,
Yeah.
know. So
Did
there's
you ever pass out? I feel like I get too warm.
No, I definitely. It was you're kind of running the risk there.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean,
Beauty is pain. It's fine.
right? Yeah, I like saunas. I don't go in them that often. I don't know. Sometimes I feel weird in them, but I do enjoy them.
Oh, because you've been into them at the gym when
Yeah,
they're
that's the
like
problem.
the
I
naked
think is I go to
people,
I go
right?
to, well, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people get naked in saunas, but I think it's more just the gyms that I go to. That's
Well,
probably
a
more
lot
the
of
issue.
I think in my experience, as far as I know, a lot of times guys are like hooking up in gyms.
Oh,
I don't know if that's true, but
I mean, I haven't witnessed that. Flattering, not working for that side, but no, it's just really gross old men. That's really what,
okay.
more
Well,
what we're
that
dealing
could
with.
definitely still be happening. But
Yeah, that's true. That's it. Not
I
judging
go to
anyone.
I go to there's a Korean spa in LA, and so yeah, everyone's naked, and you're watching like Korean daytime TV dramas.
Oh, they have the best
Wow.
dramas.
So that's pretty
Sorry,
fun because
Korean
you just
daytime dramas are
everyone's like
amazing.
pretty distracted. You're all just kind of watching that and not really paying attention.
Okay.
You know.
That's
All
what
right.
you need, Greg. You need a daytime drama.
I
to
do.
Distract
Yeah.
you.
So
Yeah.
Days of Our Lives going on.
Yes. Okay, that's
You
perfect.
did watch. What was the soap opera
Damn it,
that
I
you
knew would
watched
admit
for
that.
years?
Okay, in college, I watched Days of Our Lives. That's the one I watched.
I think
did.
it's easy to get hooked in there.
It was like I had these roommates at the time, and they they had a certain time off for classes, so they would watch it, and I'd come home and just like make fun of them, like, "Oh my god, you guys are idiots! This is stupid." And then slowly, I just got sucked into where I was like cutting class early to get back to go watch. Like, what's Bo Brady gonna do today? And we would all watch it and like drink beer together.
That's
and
great.
Watch Days of Our
That's
Lives.
a fun
Fun.
like bonding
It was.
experience.
Totally.
It was. Yeah. It was. Ended up being pretty fun, but we didn't ever really talk about it outside of the house. Like, let's not talk about how we watched Days of Our Lives.
The only one I
Let's not
watched was
admit that.
I watched Passions for like a year. Did you
Passions
watch
was
that?
Great.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like I don't remember what time in my life I somehow mysteriously was home at that, but I was.
Right.
And yeah, I remember watching Passions for a year or two.
Yeah, I just
for
remember being
sure.
very confused by it, but I was like, this is kind of an amazing show.
Yeah, it was a very weird. There was like witch stuff happening.
There was Witch and there was Timmy.
Timmy. It was a character who died on the show and then
Yes,
died in real life.
And he
the
died
same
in real
day.
life. The little
What?
guy. The little guy.
Yeah, it was a little person who was like the witch's friend or something, and he died. His character died, but then he died like the same day or the day after.
Yeah, he
something
died
crazy.
like really close
Of
after
like
his character.
natural.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was.
That's
it was
weird.
really crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't you watch Passions?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No. I stuck just to my Days of Our Lives. Yeah, I was
gotta
very
be-
loyal.
Yeah, you got to be loyal.
So
Yeah.
Barbara, is this the kind of compelling content you talk about on your podcast?
Pretty much. I mean, because you guys do this every day, right?
We do, yeah.
Yeah. So it does. Eventually, you're like, well, I don't know. Let's just talk about this now because you just run out of things.
Do you do it every day too?
We don't do it every day, but we've been doing it for 6 years, and or something like that, and once a week. And yeah, it just kind of you just see whatever the hell comes out.
Exactly.
it goes.
Like sometimes things naturally come back in a circle. Like, okay, we're going to talk about passions again.
Yeah, I'm sure we've talked about passions on the podcast.
It's inevitable.
Without question.
And so this is on your podcast, Lady to Lady.
Yeah, I have a podcast, Lady to Lady. It's with two other comics, Tess Barker and Brandy Posey, and then we usually have a fourth female comic on we just kind of hang out. It's like kind of like a sleepover hangout show, and we play games to kind of like set off the conversation, and then we answer advice at the end.
Oh,
So.
that's awesome.
Nice.
What kind of games do you play?
We'll play like Would You Rather or like Fuck, Marry, Kill, stuff like that.
Oh, that's
okay.
good.
Yeah, just like kind of stuff to a jumping off point.
Are there any like comedians that you've wanted to get on that you haven't had a chance to have on the show yet?
We'd love to like get Sarah Silverman on, like Amy Sedaris.
I
Amy
just finished her
Poehler.
book, The
Oh, really?
Bedwetter. Yeah, I've never
I
read
haven't
it before.
I
Oh,
haven't read that.
it's very hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's so funny. Just like kind of those icons that have been out there for a while that we'd like to go on. We've had like Margaret Cho on and Aisha Tyler and some other great
Oh, that's cool.
comics, and yeah.
And then you have the other podcast, which Greg and I were fascinated by because we both
Yeah.
separately looked at the subject matter of this podcast, which it's called Britney's Gram.
Yes.
Okay. So how did that even?
We should
come
explain this show. Well, I guess we did in the beginning.
Why don't we let
but-
Barbara explain
yeah.
it? It's hers.
Well,
yeah.
it's okay. So Britney Spears has an Instagram that is absolutely fascinating. It's like the most basic. She's so basic, but she's also one of the most famous people of all time. So the stuff she posts is just like very. I don't know. It's
Yeah, I'm just pulling it
you
up
took
right
a look
now.
at it. So what do you think? Tell me what you think just glancing at her Instagram.
And I had never actually looked at it before either until
Right.
when we found
Yeah,
out
so
about
I'm
your
looking
show.
at this. Like she's posting memes, which you don't think Britney Spears would be posting memes.
I know, but she loves a meme.
She believed she could, and so,
so
she
she
did.
did.
Oh my god, I didn't even see that
God.
one.
And then is that her
Is there a
husband,
Marilyn
boyfriend?
Monroe meme on here anywhere? Does she have one with like
my
Marilyn?
God.
Oh, I'm sure. Not recently, but yes, there has to be one.
There has to be.
Oh yeah, this one is great. The fairy one.
I prefer the company of happy people who are believers in magic and of magical people who are believers in happy.
Whitney. I know. She's a kid. She's like
She's
still
like
in this
a-
Arrested
Is she
Development.
Right.
like stunted a little
I
bit?
think a little bit. I think she's in a bubble, but it's good. It seems like a happy bubble for the most
Right,
part.
it seems very innocent, you
Yeah,
know,
it's very
very-
innocent and like. Yeah,
Like a
so her
sweet
boyfriend,
spirit.
is Sam Ashgari. That's who she's posting. She posted this ridiculous workout video with
I was
him.
watching that. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
almost pornographic.
Yeah, it's very insane.
Yeah.
This video where they're doing like push up. He's actually bench pressing her in one of them. Yeah.
And then like when he's doing his like crunches, they're kissing every time.
Right.
It's like,
she's
okay.
also wearing in this video she's wearing these little white booty shorts, which she posted about a month ago, being like, found my favorite little white booty shorts, and now she's been wearing them like every day.
Okay, these are the same shorts that she's wearing in this
Yes,
one, which I remember she used to always wear these pants that they're like 2 inches wide.
Yeah.
Like she has the smallest
You're
vagina
right.
She
ever.
is so tiny. She's
Yeah.
a tiny. She's working out all the time. She's so
yeah.
tiny.
I mean, they are
You're
just
right though. They're in like
They're in a million posts, and I'm like, I hope these are getting washed every day because these are being used a lot.
And if they're that old and white, like
And and we were like, are there more than one pair? We're like, no, there's one pair. There's only one pair.
he just has one pair.
There's also a lot of weird, mysterious stuff. Like there's a tiny couch if you go look at that one you were just watching. There's a tiny couch in the background.
This one?
No,
Or the
the
one
one
up?
up there. See this tiny couch behind her?
Why is there a tiny
And we're like,
couch?
we don't know why there's a tiny cat. There's just we take a really deep dive into these posts and we just overanalyze the shit out of them every week. We like go through each post and just
like what is she thinking during this? Like
yeah.
why is she okay?
Why is this? Who took this? Because we don't know if it's her boyfriend.
Right.
We don't know if it's one of her kids. We don't know if it's an assistant. So that's always like very mysterious. She posts these pictures of like roses all the time that we're like, did she take this? Is this from the internet?
Yeah, why is the picture of the tiger?
There's just a picture of a tiger, no caption.
No
so
caption.
It's like it's really interesting. And the thing that started it all off was this there was a video of her on her veranda painting, and she's like concentrating so hard. There's Mozart playing, and then it like swerves around to show what she's painting, and it's like a 5-year-old. It's like what a 5-year-old would paint a of flowers, and it's
That's what
so-
you have on your
on the main
your
image.
webpage.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I saw that. I was like,
And it's
what is
like
happening?
we were like, what is this? And so we started the podcast based on that, and then it turns out Robin Leach bought that painting, like the guy
Robin Leach?
the guy who
He's like-
hosted, what is it?
Oh, was it Caviar
Lifestyles
Wishes?
of the rich
Yes.
Lifestyles of the
Rich and Famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that guy was still around.
He's still alive, and he bought Britney Spears' painting. So
Holy crap.
So it's like a really funny little. It's so niche, and so it's really fun because we just get to be super specific about this one thing.
I love that because isn't it Kamau Bell who has the thing about Denzel Washington?
Denzel
His fucking-
Washington
is the greatest actor of all time, period.
Is the
Right.
greatest damn actor of all time, period.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's actually talking about Denzel Washington's films, too. Like he's going, this is a whole different
This
genre.
is like a very specific. I mean, we talk about her, obviously her work and stuff.
No,
but
I love this because
but we
now
get-
I'm looking at these pictures. I'm like, what is she thinking in this? Like, what is going on here?
It's really interesting. And so also she's under, 10 years ago, all this stuff happened where she shaved her head, she attacked, she had
Yeah.
some kind of a breakdown. And it's been 10 years since then, and she's been under this conservatorship of her father where he literally controls her life. Every penny she spends, everything that she does has to go through him. All
Yeah.
travel. And it supposedly is about to happen, and she might get out of that soon. And then we're like, well, we're looking at like a free Britney. We don't know.
Right. What are we
What's
gonna get at
happen
that point?
then?
Oh,
I
10 years
know.
later, what's she gonna do?
And she's like done, she's done really well, it seems like, and I think she seems like she's in a good place, so we'll see.
She's still in Vegas, right?
She's in California. She just finished her Vegas
Oh,
show.
okay.
So she's about to go on a world tour, but
oh gosh, have you ever seen her in concert?
I've seen her once in LA,
oh,
and
I never have.
it's great. It's definitely, very
Is it what you think you? Do you
It's
think it would
it's
be?
very like
lip-syncing
her
or-
dancers are doing a lot of the work, and yes, she's lip syncing. And Tess said that she saw her really up close once, and she stopped lip syncing when she turned around. She would think she would keep
I'm just doing
what
it
you were
here.
doing?
you would think she would keep going just to keep in to know where she was, but I
Yeah.
guess she just didn't.
Not to lose her place. How long do the episodes usually last?
They're about half an hour or 45 minutes at most. We kind of just
Whatever the posts, most recent
Yeah,
posts are.
it depends on how much she's posted. Sometimes she doesn't post anything, and then we'll go back and say some old favorites, or we'll talk about
Revisit.
some news or whatever. Because there's a lot of old ones we haven't gotten to because she's been posting crazy shit for a few years.
Yeah.
Now, but it's really fun, and also it's fun for me because Tess Barker, who's my co-host on that and Lady to Lady, she is a genius, and it's so fun to hear her break down the dumbest thing of all time because she just puts it in these terms that I can't even comprehend, and I'm just sitting there being like, just kind of blinded by how smart she is, and
That's amazing.
so it's really fun to hear her kind of extrapolate on the posts. But yeah, check it out if you even just follow Brittany on Instagram. It'll make your life better. That's all I can
actually
say.
already did today.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's-
all right, this has inspired me. I'm totally following
It's
her.
seriously you never know what's gonna happen, and whatever does, it's always funny, and you're just like, all right, thanks, Britt.
I need to find the specific one that you did post about her painting. I need to see that reveal.
Yeah,
of, the
I'll
finger
show.
paints.
Oh,
All right.
we'll look it up.
Okay.
It is so funny.
She believed she could, so she did. 188,000 likes. That is
Yeah,
some power
of
right
course,
there.
it's
to
Britney.
post that meme.
Yeah, she's it's pretty great.
Well, then you're recording. Is this going to be your first album?
Yes, yeah.
That's amazing, and it's in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I'm recording my first stand-up album in Salt Lake on May 26th, and I'm nervous.
Why did you pick Salt Lake?
I grew up there. So
Oh,
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
I thought so. Okay.
Yeah, so I have a lot of friends there, and whenever I do shows, they're just the best. They're a little too good. I'm like, all right, calm down. I'm not that funny, but thank you. But yeah, it's a good hometown feeling, and I feel really comfortable there. So
That's really
That's
cool.
wonderful.
yeah, it's
that's-
a cool indie rock venue.
Yeah, so it's the Urban Lounge. This is happening Saturday, May 26th.
How long have you been working on that material for this album?
I've been doing stand for almost 10 years, so it's
Yeah.
kind of from
Like
all
accumulation
that.
of all
yeah,
of it?
Yeah, which is a lot, but I'm also very ready to be done with it.
Yeah, so once you
Yeah.
kind of finish it, that means you just move on from that material pretty much?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll use some of it, but
Yeah.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm I'm pretty personal in my material, and I'm not the same person I was when I wrote most of those. So I'm like, all right, this isn't me, and I don't like saying it anymore.
That's totally the same thing when someone is like, "Oh, I just started on on your podcast, but I'm listening to episodes from 7 years ago." I'm like, "God, I don't even know what I was saying back
Oh,
then."
totally.
Where I was.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's super. It's like that's not who I am anymore.
Yeah,
it's hard
it's
to
weird.
identify with it. Yeah,
It's the same thing with ours because we've been doing it for so long, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I was a kid when we started.
Yeah,
Right,
right.
Sort
yeah.
of, yeah.
Yeah.
But then-
so much has changed over that amount of time.
But then
Totally.
tonight
we're all robots now.
Exactly.
We've been taken
Yep.
over by the singularity.
Yep. Sorry, spoilers. There's a spoiler.
yeah, Greg spoiling everything.
Yep.
But then tonight, are you going to be doing some of your material from that upcoming album at Mississippi Pizza tonight?
Yeah, I will. I'm doing a half-hour set there, so that'll be like about half of the jokes. At You're Welcome at Mississippi Pizza Pub at 9:30.
Yes.
And
that's
Mississippi Pizza's awesome. Yeah, it's a great spot.
Yeah, I've heard it's really fun. I'm excited.
It's cool, and the lineup's
is,
awesome.
yeah.
So it's you, Caitlin Warehouser, Katie Wynn, and then I think Adam Posse as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not. Well, he hosts it, so I know
Yeah.
he'll be there.
Yeah.
Have you met
Marcus
Adam
Coleman.
before?
Yeah, I love him.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
he's such a delight.
He's amazing. Oh yeah, he's the one who hooked
Yep.
me up with
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, so he wrote us, and he's just like, "Oh, my friend Barbara's awesome." And he called you Babs, I think. Is that?
Yeah,
Do you go by Babs?
Yeah, I do.
That is
yeah.
such a cool name.
I never liked my name, so I started going by Babs more. But I feel weird introducing myself as. I feel like
I know. I
Hi,
feel
I'm
saucy.
Babs.
Yeah, because I didn't want to say it to you when we didn't meet. Like, hi, like I feel like that's a comfortable name.
Right.
Like we
well,
don't know each other. I'm like, hi, Babs.
I'm down with people who want to say it. I feel weird being like, I'm Babs. It just feels
I mean, if you say it
Babs.
like that.
Yeah. Maybe it's because I say it like that. I don't know.
Dark sunglasses when you walk in, too.
Yeah,
Just make
yeah.
sure you do that.
I don't smoke, but a cigarette just hanging.
Yeah,
It
just
has
have
to
it.
be.
Yeah.
Just has to be.
Never offer her a light. But yeah, that's some weird thing. So, Barbara, yeah, so your album recording going to be at Salt Lake City. That's next week. So if you're listening from Utah, definitely.
Is it next week? Or it's
Or
like
next
2
week.
weeks.
Sorry, 2 weeks.
No, Posse wrote 2 weeks or next week, but it's in 2 weeks.
So
Oh,
it's Posse's fault.
you scared me because I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, is it next week?
All right. So we can blame Posse for that. Number one.
Look, so I was reading, and it was like next week. I'm like, I don't think that's how time works.
But the show is tonight, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the show's tonight at Mississippi Pizza. Okay.
That one's tonight, so go check her out. Check out Babs at
Yeah.
Mississippi Pizza.
Check me out.
And
Yeah.
what's the best place for everybody to follow you?
I'm on Twitter at Babs Gray, and then my website is myjokesareuphere.com. So
Which is a great name.
That is solid. Yeah.
I did it. I got it years ago, and I haven't regretted it since. So
No.
I feel good about it.
That's awesome.
But yeah, you can find me on there, and you can find links to all the podcasts, all that, all that jazz.
And especially that particular Britney Spears painting. You can see that
Yes,
on there, too.
yeah, you can go see exactly what we're talking
Yes.
about.
Visual aids. There
Awesome.
you are.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in and stopping by.
Yeah,
This was
thank
great.
you.
This was so wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and have fun in Portland. You picked a good time to
Oh
actually
my
come
god,
and
Yeah, I
it's
visit.
know.
been beautiful. I've been walking around so much.
That's exactly
I
what I'm
love it.
doing after this, too. I love going for my Portland walks.
Yeah.
it's
There's
gorgeous.
lots of stuff
Yeah.
to see. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. We'll be back here in a minute with more Fun Employment Radio.
I started my shift at the Chevron that day. You put in your SUV. I stood there and pumped your gas and muttered comments about your sweet ass. Then my mind it started racing. I thought, is this broad really worth chasing? Came from two different worlds. I was lame, she was a hot-ass rich girl. 'Cause you're a Miller High Life lady, and I'm a PBR kind of man. Maybe we could meet in the middle. Maybe we could share a hands. Give you your change and say, let's be together forever. You walked out and slapped me in the face and yelled never. Ever since I saw you part, it's been like a hangover in my heart. 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 Saw her just the other day. Didn't see me, so I screamed out, "Hey, baby!" Well, she just stopped instead. Knew she was thinking about how much I cared. And then she walked
Like
right
courage.
up.
All right, fading out.
Fade out.
Switching back. Okay.
Fade in.
All right. Hello, everyone. Back here.
She's
So-
great.
Yeah, she was. Okay, so I'm gonna go back into the podcast. Side.
Yeah, in person, she's just as adorable as she seemed.
Did I need to give you a fight or flight quiz? Yes, I do.
All right.
Your brain is leaking again, Sarah. All right, so
Stop. I am never reading that story ever. By the way, that's the story that everyone has been sending me. Yes, yes, yes. I have received the brain fluid leaking out of somebody's nose when they thought they had allergies story. Stop sending it to me for the love of God. You're just scaring me. What if it is my brain fluid?
probably is. All right, there we go. That was Barbara Gray right here on Fun Employment Radio. She was awesome.
She
So,
was just a charming lady.
Thank you to our buddy Adam Posse for making that happen.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that hooked us all up together. All right, so Sarah,
What?
we need to get back to the fight or flight thing because I completely forgot to talk about that with Barbara. But I have the quiz pulled up, so we're gonna find out how much. I have no idea if this is a good quiz or not, but we're gonna take it. There's 8 questions.
Oh boy.
So
Isn't
there's
it great when
multiple
we
choice.
don't pre-screen something and see
Well, I
if it's
kind of went
funny
through
or
it,
not?
but we'll see. We'll see what kind of person you are. All right. So this is according to playbuzz.com. This
Oh.
is solid gold. Would you say you are passive or aggressive? And the answers are somewhere in between, aggressive or passive.
Somewhere in between.
Somewhere in between.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You. Here's the next question. Someone tries to steal your bag. What do you do? Run after them? Nothing. Cry? It depends.
Run after them.
Run after them. You would just instantly run after them.
Absolutely. My mom has been training me for that since I was a
You've
kid.
been trained that everybody's
You
trying to
know
steal
that
from
everyone
you.
is trying to steal my purse all the
Yeah.
time.
Okay. Your friend ruined a dress she borrowed from you. How do you react? Get mad and shout at her. I'm not sure. It depends how it happened. Get upset, but don't say anything.
The second one, I'm not sure. Depends how it happened. Like if
Okay,
she's
I
like,
want
thought it would
honest
be...
answers.
No, it is an honest answer. Like if I'm like, hey, I let you borrow this nice dress of mine, and they're like, oh, I got drunk and lit it on fire. I'd be like, yeah, you have to buy me a new one. But if it was something
I think
like,
more often than not, it would be get mad and shout at them.
and I would never shout.
Unless it
at-
was just a complete accident.
I would
but-
not shout at somebody for ruining something. I'd probably if anything, I would probably skew more toward passive.
Okay.
Like it's all right, don't worry about it. But then I'd be like inside, I would be bummed out. But I wouldn't shout at some. I'm not a monster. Who are you?
All right, so let's go to the next one. You break the coffee machine at work. What do you do? Fix it? It depends if anyone saw me break it. Run away and pretend it never happened.
Depends if anyone saw me break it.
Yeah, okay, that's
No, if somebody saw me break it, then I would try to like fix it. But if nobody saw me, I'd get the hell out of
yeah,
it.
and you would blame it on me. That's what would happen.
I wouldn't blame it on you. I would
You
just
would
be
say
like,
like,
no,
oh, I don't know, it just broke.
I just wouldn't address it until someone brought it up to me.
That's what you would do.
Yeah.
All right, next question. You are offered $1 million to do a skydive, but you have a deadly fear of heights, which is kind
That
of
is true, yeah.
What do you do? First one is, no way, not in a million years. Second one is, do it, it's $1 million, no brainer. Third one is, can I have a day to think about it?
I'd do it.
Yeah, I mean, $1 million, I
mean,
feel
yeah.
like, yeah, you'd be pretty.
I'd do it. I mean, I'm terrified of it, but I would do it for $1 million.
Yeah, I would do it for $1 million too.
Well, you've done it for not $1 million. So.
Exactly. I would do it for
Yeah.
$100. Pay me $100 and I will go skydive with you. All right. Actually, I would do that. As long as they pay for the ticket too.
Okay.
I mean,
Stop
that's
trying to get
that's
people
a
to
real.
pay for your
I'm just trying to
skydiving, Greg.
get paid
Yeah.
to go skydiving. Yes, absolutely. I would 100% do that. We should go skydiving. All right.
No.
You have an assignment due for tomorrow and you are not even nearly finished. How are you feeling? I can't handle it. You can find me cowered in a ball in my bedroom. 2, stressed, but I will pull an all-nighter if I need to. 3, cry, study, and so on until I finish the work.
The second one. You know that I work best under pressure. I'll stay up all night if I have to. Deadlines? Yeah. I will put it off to the last goddamn minute.
Yes, you will.
But I will get it done.
Yes, you will.
But I get it done. I get it done.
Okay.
Even though I do procrastinate.
As long as you're willing to admit that.
I
Okay.
do. I am a huge procrastinator. I will wait until the last minute, but I will get it done.
Okay. Final one. Which of these options do you relate to best? I don't want to work, but I want to receive the benefits of it.
Yeah. Wow, I wonder which one you think I am,
will-
Greg. Wow. Facial expressions much?
I
Jeez.
will work hard to get to where I want to be in life. I will do the minimum in life as long as I'm happy and comfortable.
What was
which-
the first one?
I don't want to work, but I want to receive the benefits of it.
That one.
I'm not saying anything. Oh,
And
right.
Greg's is like, I work so hard and laugh. Which he
Oh,
does.
sorry. There was one final one.
Okay.
Your friend is being bullied right in front of you. What do? Stand back and watch?
No.
It depends how many bullies there are.
No.
Step in and stand up for your friend.
Yes.
That's the right answer all the time. I
Yeah.
mean, that should be the right answer for anybody. Step in and help your friend.
Or sometimes it's not. I mean, sometimes people don't want to get involved.
If it's your friend who's being like
If it's your friend that's
attacked,
being-
yeah, you should defend your friend.
Yeah.
All right. The final results are: you are a fighter.
Yes.
When you enter a stressful situation, your body reacts in a way that produces adrenaline. The adrenaline, in turn, makes you fight back at the situation, whether it's standing up for something you believe in, chasing a robber down the street, helping a friend, or owning up to a mistake that you made.
So giving.
You are extremely strong-willed, and people understand that
Greg,
about
this is
you in
the
your direct
best
approach to
quiz.
life.
You were right. You were right. That nailed it.
This is a lame quiz. I have
That
will not
nailed
go to
it. I don't think
Play
I've
Buzz
ever
again.
been described more accurately than I have right then. A generous and kind fighter.
Okay. All right. Well, there it is. That's what we had. So you are indeed a fighter, according to playbuzz.com. Sarah, there you go.
Why do you keep giving them a plug?
Because I want to call out how lame that quiz is. And I want to make sure everybody knows I did not write that quiz, but I did pick it. So I guess that's just as
Well, I
bad.
don't think you're qualified to write a fight or flight quiz.
Why would I not be
I mean, because
qualified?
you don't have the qualifications to figure out what the answers would be.
I know the right answers.
Okay.
So I could either say yes,
All right,
you are correct.
where are
or
you
no,
going?
are
Because I
wrong.
can't tell. You have crazy eyes, and I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be pulling up right now.
Do you have a little bit of World of Crazy? We can do a
I-
little smidge, or we can just wrap it up for the day.
I think that we should wrap.
Okay, let's go ahead
Yeah,
and
I
wrap
think
it up
that was
then for the
good.
day because that was a pretty good show. That was a
That
pretty
was.
solid show that we had there. And I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in as well. So, a couple of things. One, big thank you to our sponsor, Next Adventure. NextAdventure.net.
Yes.
Next Adventure located here in town on the corner of Stark and Grand in Portland, Oregon. And plus, they've got their paddle sports center. And then also out in Scappoose, outside of Oregon, they've got their entire center out there as well. And on Sandy now. They've got them everywhere.
Everywhere.
Next Adventure is-
whatever direction you're going out of the city to
You-
go an adventure.
Can find a Next Adventure because Next Adventure is awesome. And you can find them, as Sarah says, at their world location, nextadventure.net.
At their world location.
Lots of fantastic deals from them. They really are big sponsors of, and supporters of Fun Employment Radio. We appreciate them immensely, and they know their stuff. Oh, damn it. Every time I go on the website, there's something else I want to buy. I keep saying I'm going to buy a hammock. Maybe I'll buy one.
You need to be a hammock guy.
Well, some of the hammocks are pretty cool. I know hammocks are like a big thing right now.
Oh, we always had hammocks growing up. Like my sister and I would lay in the backyard reading our pen pals books, reading in the hammock. All right, hey, let me just tell you, 33 votes. Greg is accusing Sarah of spoiling something because she has read the book he is currently reading and told him to let her know when a thing happens. Is this what you would consider a spoiler? 18%, yes, I am easily offended. 82%, no, Greg is being a baby.
22 hours left on that. Follow us on Twitter at FunEmp Radio. Follow us on Instagram, Fun Employment Radio, Facebook, Fun Employment Radio, YouTube, Fun Employment Radio, where this video may go up. May go out to the public. Give you a little sampler of what the
Little
Supporters
sampler
Club
platter.
gets to see. And again, thank you everyone for tuning in to Fun Employment Radio, wherever and however you listen. Seriously, it's very important to us and we really do appreciate it.
Yes, thanks to Barbara Gray for coming in.
Barbara Gray. I wanted to give a quick plug for a couple of the other shows that I do. Really
yes,
quick.
absolutely.
If you are looking for some more podcasts to listen to, I do one for themanual.com called Beards, Booze, and Bacon. And actually, I've had a lot of people that have been listening to that one lately. It's pretty fun, different travel stories and stuff. Between the Streams, all about entertainment and movies. I would really love people to subscribe to that one, Between the Streams, and then Trends with Benefits is the show I do for every week. For
Also,
Digital Trends.
speaking of other shows, we have shows on the network as well.
We do indeed. Coming
Including-
up today, Geek in the City Radio
Geek in the City.
live on the network at 6:30 p.m. probably goes up tomorrow, I'm going to imagine. But we also have Portland at the Movies. We've got The Well-Adjusted Gamer, The Mark and Toddcast, Rip City Bad Boys, all kinds of shows right here on the Fun Employment Radio Network. Thanks for listening. We'll be back tomorrow with more Fun Employment Radio.
Live show at 11.
At 11 a.m.
FunEmploymentRadio.com.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. WNBC.
Gotta do this right now.